welcome to Podcast from the Pit. I'm Eric,
I'm Casey.
I'm Larry.
and in the bottom left-hand corner, we have Off Course. Yes.
Hey, brother.
Welcome to the party, pal.
What's going on, guys? I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
We got you. we were starting to sweat, man.
So how's everybody today?
Oh, if I was any better, there'd be three of me.
The three Eric Harpers. No, it's bad enough. There's two of them.
Yeah.
There's an Australian version out there.
He's actually cool, though.
Is he?
So, yeah. Seems to be. He collects G.I. Joe. Of course.
Is he
gotta be
cooler
cool.
than you?
Yes. He has a really cool accent, and he says, "Good day, mate."
All right.
So-
And how are you today?
I'm it's early, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Are you guys
I did-
Eastern Standard Time? Are you guys East Coast time?
Eastern. I'm Eastern.
Eastern.
I'm
Yeah.
on your time.
Okay.
Down here in Nashville.
I'm in West Virginia, so
All right.
Indiana.
Oh, okay. So I'm Chicago area. So
Nice.
yeah, just
You're not a Cubs fan, are you?
what's that?
You're not a Cubs fan, are you?
No, I'm originally from California.
Okay.
So the Navy brought me out here.
Oh, cool.
thank you for your service.
Yes, sir. Thank you
Yes,
for your
thank you.
service.
So let's talk.
Before we start diving in, I want to say hi to the who's all here. We have Joe Hunters. How are
What's up,
you,
Wes?
Wes? Wreck Ship 85, ahoy. Ronnie Trick Shots bringing us all pink eye.
Hey,
Good morning,
Ron.
Ronnie.
Ronnie, you're supposed to wash them fingers.
Foot 1212. Good morning.
Nick.
Morning.
What's going on, Nick?
GI Jokers.
Steve.
Phil. Treasures for Trigger. Good morning. Beta Ray Bob, all the way from Alabama. The Lilith. Hey, how are you this morning? All right. So before we get into the Joes, we're going to do, I don't know if you ever watched this before, but we do a little show and tell of anything we got for the week. Sometimes, like last week, I didn't have anything. But do you want to go first, Eric?
Yeah, I'll go first. I have a cup of coffee. That's all I've got.
I wish I had a cup of coffee.
Well, here I'll share. Have a drink.
So you got anything, Larry?
Just a few things I wanted to show that I got since last time. I won
Nice.
this in Delta 17 giveaway.
That's so cool.
My first
Which
one.
we are preparing to have a Delta 17 giveaway on our channel. Thanks
Cool.
to
It'll be-
Mr. Joe Ricondo.
It'll be the most awesome Delta 17 giveaway ever. It'll be huge.
My rooster needs a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won that in some kind of giveaway on the group, and I was pleased to get that. And it was like opening a brand new Joe from the 80s.
Right.
And I
love
got
that.
this. I got this from. I got to put it in tissue because it's kind of delicate. I don't want to get none of the brown on my fingers, but I got this from GI Joe Fun for fun. It's a brown skid mark.
I love that.
I put it back into tissue.
I gotta get me one of those skid mark figures.
It's a great sculpt, but the color choices are
90s, for sure.
yeah.
The head. I noticed the other day I was looking at the head. Really looks like the Terminator 2, Robert
Yeah.
Patrick. I
Oh,
don't know if anybody's done a custom of that or not yet, but that would be a good head sculpt to use.
Yeah.
like
Mate,
a unlimited unmasked type.
Yeah.
Rex Ship says he got Rooster a few weeks ago. Now he's got to get them all.
Yeah, me too. You and me both, brother.
Yep. I got to finish it up.
Well, I'm caught up until Joe Fest.
Yeah. Joe Fest is going to be huge.
With
Larry?
everything they've got coming to Joe Fest.
Larry, off course. I want to tell you right now, guys, if you want to go to Joe Fest, if one of you want to go, I got a spare ticket and spare room in the room.
Spare room in the room.
What
Yeah.
month does that take place?
Into June.
June.
Like June 19th or 20, I don't know, around in there somewhere. I just book it as soon as it's available and try to forget about it until it gets there because it's so fun.
It is a blast. And I'm not even looking forward to just like the toys, just the friends that I've made last year. And last year was the first year I went. I mean, I got to meet Steve from Delta 17. He walked up to me and started talking to me like he knew me all my life. Same way with Ken and Ronnie Trickshot, and
Ronnie Trickshot was there.
he's going to be this year.
Hmm.
And but
And
just
we met Rex Ship last year
yeah,
at the
Met
Audible
Han.
Interlude. Yeah.
met Hans Chow in the Audible Interlude. That was interesting. I think it's illegal to give Hans coffee. He's wired. I mean, like, yeah. So
I'm going to show what I got real quick because I'm excited. I got my Modulock. Finally.
That thing just gives me the creeps.
Right? And I promise not everything I'm showing off is Motu. Not everything. But
Wow.
my Mondo Man at Arms.
What's the scale on that?
1/6. It's
It's
12 inch.
massive.
Look at that mace. Uh-oh. I'm
falling
starting to show off Motu and we're losing
That
subscribers.
didn't fall on your foot, did it?
Nah.
That looked like it might hurt if it fell on your foot.
apart.
It's pretty happy.
Ah.
Oh.
But I picked that up at the Toy Pit last Saturday after the stream. And last but not least, I got me a Rex Ship 85 shirt.
Nice.
Yep. So everybody check that out. You can get it in all different colors. I went with the navy.
I like it. I'm a Navy guy. I like the petty officer. Look, could you kind of lean back? I kind of want to see how that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job making this design. It actually might be the route we go because we want to start doing a little bit of merch for anybody that wants to support the podcast. You know, nothing that we're going to make money off of, but just it'd be nice to see somebody out there wearing Podcast from the Pit.
Where do you get it made at?
Hey, Rex Ship, if you can throw that up in the chat. Everybody, if you can, let's support Rex Ship. He does some cool photography.
He did it live the other day and it was really cool. I thought he did a really great job on it.
Yeah, when he's talking about the Delta 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I wish I could have caught it live. I had to catch the replay.
Yeah, I did too. Off course, you have anything new?
So I got some stuff off the Evil Bay, but they haven't came in yet. They're just basically Joe's. As you know, on my page, I tend to bash like Joe, the Mexican Griswold, and just kind of put things together. But I don't know, for some reason, mail was late this whole week.
Yeah,
patient.
I get that.
As it comes, you know.
I have to say, every time I see one of your posts on Instagram, it just blows my mind. I love how you do your setups. I've tried it how you do it. I can't get it. But you do an amazing job, and I want to thank you for just making toys exciting. And Lilith, that is a Della 17 patch on my hat.
I always look forward to like seeing your pictures off course. They're just so fantastic and fabulous. Like, you do such an amazing job with them.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys. You know, growing up, like I think I communicated with some of you guys through text or on Instagram. You know, I'm a big action guy growing up.
Yeah.
You know, we were all exposed to like Rambo and Commando. So, you know, you take those things, and until this day, you know, I'm down here in my little space sometimes, and I'll watch like B movies, and then my kids would be like, "What are you watching?" You know what I mean? And so having that type of inspiration, and just, I'm a big action movie guy too. I love watching action films. So
Yeah.
We had a great lineup of shows that we grew up to watch, you know, like the A-Team and Airwolf and Magnum PI,
Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard. All those shows are just
Yeah.
wonderful. You don't see stuff like that on TV these days.
No. Nothing hardly fit to watch.
yeah,
No.
some of the molds I see on Instagram for like the throwback to the A-Team, and you know, someone did like Lone Wolf McQuade, the Chuck Norris
Yeah.
one. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I need to get a Lone Wolf McQuade for my collection. I do need to get that.
Yeah.
I did talk to Alpha One Creations, and he is going to work on a Hellboy for me,
Oh wow.
an O-ring Hellboy, and I can't wait. I love that character, and it just clicks with me for some reason. I don't know. I think he's cool.
Did
You know
you
what?
see the Matthew LaCroix's Valaverse 118
Yes.
pencils? Those are fantastic.
Yeah. If he would sell them, I would buy them.
And I didn't mean to interrupt you, of course. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You would
No,
say, take my money.
Yes.
Yeah. No, like if he did make that Hellboy, just make him that scale that new line that Super 7 just kind of put out, just because he's a little bigger.
Yeah.
That'd be kinda-
The Ragnar or whatever his name
Yeah.
is, the big guy.
Yeah, it's got to be believable.
Yeah. Hey, Zazel.
Diesel's Club.
Morning, Zazel.
Morning.
Or g'day, Zazel.
Good evening.
Good night, right? It's
Yeah.
late there.
Good night. Yeah, it's very late there. But the movie posters you do off course,
Yeah.
if those would be, if I'd see them at like the local theater, I would not pass go. I would not collect $200. I would go straight into that theater.
I would definitely sneak into those theaters to watch those movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I'm a big movie fan, and so like when I see something like that, there's actually an app that's, you can just get creative. I think it's Movie Posters app, and then there's a bunch of cats on them, and then you could put your own on there. So there's like, you can make it look like, I know there's a Terminator one, and then some other ones on there. So you know, take your own pictures and kind of run with it, get creative.
That's cool, man. But so this week we are talking our top 5 G.I. Joes from the in between the years 82 and 94. This was a really hard list to do for me. And even though we're still getting ready to start this thing, it's still subject to change. Number 3, number 5.
I got about 10, 12 figures on my table right now that it might change at any moment.
Yeah. And I've got a couple honorable mentions. That's cool.
Rex Shep, thank him for his service too.
Yeah. I have an uncle that was stationed in Chicago and he was also stationed at Norfolk, and he worked on aircraft carriers. So he was a pretty cool guy. At the end of his career, he's told me some stories about whenever he was in Chicago, some of the crazy stuff that he did whenever he was younger, and
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's probably right. I mean, this is a big city, so and then we're in between two major cities. So you've
Yeah.
got Milwaukee and Chicago. So it's like an hour difference each way, and so you can
Yep.
do what you want to do.
He said one Saturday there was a flight, or one Friday night there was a flight going to San Francisco. So him and a buddy of his jumped on the flight, flew to San Francisco, partied all weekend. And he said the closer he got back to base, the sicker he got. And he said whenever he landed, he said it was bad. But he's a good guy. He's one of the reasons why I hold the military so high. I mean, he made a huge impact on my life. So,
Of course, are you still actively in the Navy, or are you retired?
Oh yeah, it's negative for me. I did my time, and then I didn't retire. I actually just did my time and got out. Pursue a career in Department of Defense. So yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, man.
Have a good day, Wreck Ship.
Have fun, buddy. So, anything else before we get started on this huge list?
Now, I know we're doing the 5, and we'll go 5 to 1. But
Yeah,
how do you want to do the honorable mentions? Just
we
do those first, or
we can do them first. I've just got two. I just got two.
yeah.
So
You say your honorable mentions, and Larry, and of course, if you have any. I didn't even know about the honorable mentions until yesterday. Thanks,
Yeah.
Larry.
sorry, man. I dropped.
He let you down.
I failed you. You trusted
failed
me,
me.
and I failed you.
We'll both get that meme today.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
three
we
of you
will.
will.
About 20 times.
So, my honorable mentions is Falcon version 1.
Oh, wow.
I love that kind of setup. The reason I ain't really got a good reason for him to be in an honorable mention. Welcome to the chat, Evil Dookie.
Evil Dookie, love that name.
Yeah,
It just sounds like a veteran's name. Evil Dookie.
yeah. But Falcon version 1. Oh, sorry about that. I had to sneeze.
Was that a sneeze?
Yeah, they had a silencer on it.
Yeah. Pew.
There's a pew pew.
Yeah, I muted myself that way I wouldn't blow your ears off. But Falcon version 1 is my first honorable mention. And then Airborne version 2.
Oh, boy. There was a comment just a moment ago from Aaron.
Yeah, I saw that too.
He called it.
That is such a cool looking figure. It's the true Airborne. I'm waiting on Casey to cut me out. But no, in seriousness, it's a great looking figure. If they would have put an actual Airborne sculpt on it instead of changing the character, it'd been, hands down, it'd have been in top 10.
Or give him a different name.
Yeah, or give him a different name. That would have been awesome. So that's my 2 honorable mentions.
Pretty good.
I got a few. First one, barbecue. And I got this Foot 1212 version as well.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
That
Yeah, that's
pops.
one of my favorite customs I got from Foot. We worked on this for a long time. He and I coming up with that idea. And this one right here is one that actually got me back into collecting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid, my last year of collecting was '88, and I got like one of those fish viper, whatever they call them. I can't remember the name. Hydro Viper
Yes.
from a
That's a
Hills
great
department
figure.
store. I really wanted that Storm Shadow, but I had a buddy that had 2 Storm Shadows, so he wanted the Viper. So we traded. But stupid me, I gave that Storm Shadow to another buddy to hold on to because I was going to gym class and I was afraid I was going to lose it or get stolen. And he turned heel on me and he took it and he came up with this stupid story about somebody stealing from him. I later saw it, and he lived next door to me, and I later saw it in his pile of figures. So I was like, I think that's mine, but I'm not going to say anything for, to block, just to let the piece be smoothed over, let him have it. But I saw that figure in a junk store in 2018, and I said, man, we're going to have a redemption story right here. I'm going to get that figure. It was like $5. So I picked it up. And after that, I saw more figures in that box, and it just spread like wildfire. And I collected a bunch of new ones that I didn't have.
Wouldn't it be something if that was the one that you had originally?
Yeah, that would be something. And my next one is Daltone. I didn't like this figure when I was a kid, but man, I have fell in love with this figure, and he is like one of my tops, I really love that one. And this guy, he's from Tennessee as well, so I got to throw him in there. Fast Draw. I love him. So that's my honorable mentions. I know there's a few more than I should have had. I got a few more here, but I'm not going to throw them all up in front of the camera.
Actually,
Good morning, Ken.
I have a third honorable mention. Breaker version 1. That's the one that got it started for me. That was my very first Joe I ever picked up. So I have to stick with my man. He would be in my top 6. So off course.
Nice. So, I started collecting as a kid. When your parents don't have much, it was like random, whatever you can get. So it was my first Joe was Blowtorch, which I hated because he was super yellow and red. Now, like, he's grown on me. I actually don't remember if I still have that figure somewhere back in where I'm originally from. It's probably stashed somewhere. But honorable mentions, I'd probably say this guy, Shockwave.
Yeah.
He just looked so cool when he came out in the later part of the 80s, or is it? Yeah, part of the 80s, right? I remember there was a show on NBC which featured SWAT teams. I think it's called Nasty Boys. You guys, I don't know if you ever remember that show. It was only on for a few seasons. I think 2 seasons. And this guy just kind of reminded me of that show. Benjamin Bratt was in it. That the guy that was on a couple of these television shows with detectives. But anyway, he was a young guy back then. And of course, this guy was very elusive for me trying to find him when I was a kid. It was Footloose.
Oh yeah, he's nice.
Yeah, and so Footloose was very he was the one I always like. If I was to get one figure at that time, it would have been that, but I could never find it.
The figure I never could find whenever I was a kid was version 2 Snake Eyes. Never did see him in the stores anywhere. Him and Firefly, the version 1 Firefly. I never did see them anywhere in stores.
I saw a Snake Eyes version 2 one time, and better believe it went in my hand and ran out the store with me.
Yeah. The last version 2 Snake Eyes I seen, I bought. So, Casey?
All right. So far, those are all great. I only have 3. Mine is I don't know. What I did is I went through all of them and I did like a list where I just started taking them away until I got down to my desired number. And version 1, Big Bear. I'm sorry, not Big Bear. Big Ben.
Nice.
I love that figure. I even have the classified Night Force figure, and I'm not a big classified guy, but great figure. Leatherneck, both versions, the original and the Operation Brazil,
Yeah.
and a surprising one that I love and a lot of people don't is Hardball. I think that's a fun figure. I liked his. He didn't do a lot in the comics, but when they did have him in there, he was really good. So, I mean, that's what sticks out to me, and that's what makes him my honorable mention.
Yeah. So those are great picks, but we didn't come here for the honorable mentions, did we, fellas? It's time to get to the 5. And my number 5 will stun, shock, and amaze.
It's Duke.
No. And to answer Steve's or G.I. Joker's question a while ago, that's why Falcon didn't make it into my list, because of Duke.
You're holding that against Falcon?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he didn't have a choice in the matter still. I mean, I can't help it. I'm not a Duke fan. I know that's somebody's favorite figure out there, but I'll pray for him. I'll pray hard for him. So, my number 5. Yep, Ken, when in doubt, it is Duke's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, Duke wouldn't even make it into my top 100 because look how many times in A-Raw or the Sunbow series he got captured. He was like the French Legion in G.I. Joe. He'd see a Cobra, he'd be like, I surrender. And I
didn't think about that. I think you're right. A lot of those episodes he did.
I mean, he didn't even try to fight. He'd be like, ooh, there's a Televiper. I give.
Man, you surrender to a Televiper. That's pretty pathetic.
They won't even talk. They'll just text.
Yeah. Pathetic. Sorry. But my number 5 is Mercer version 1. I've got reasons. I mean, personal reasons. He's from hometown. There's only 2 Joes from West Virginia. One in the original set run. And so yeah. And he happened to be from my hometown, and I found out that Larry Hama wrote his file card, and the guy that designed him are going to be at Joe Fest. So I want to take the file card and I'm going to get him to sign it. So that's my number 5. Papa Bear, what you got, big guy?
Number 5 is probably one of my favorite all-time cartoon characters. It's Shipwreck. I love Shipwreck. He's just a great character, great figure. Love the fact that he has Polly the parrot with him. And for a while there, I was taking old Shipwreck and I was putting him in my kids' room, and like he was like the ship on a shelf, and seeing if they noticed this figure in their rooms. And after a while, my daughter said, "Who's this guy in my room?" He'd be hanging out with her Barbie dolls and stuff. That's my number 5.
I did that to my wife one time. I took Flint and Lady J and like placed them in the living room in different places, and it didn't take her long. She's like, "Why are your toys in the living room? Get them out."
I showed my wife Shipwreck last night, and I said, "What do you think about this figure?" She goes, "Why's he got a bird?" And I said, "Because he's cool. That's why."
In case he gets hungry.
Hey, now.
So, off course, what you got for us, buddy?
Yeah, I love Shipwreck, and he's probably one of the reasons why I joined the Navy. No, I'm just kidding. No, he is a great character, but he didn't make my top 5 just because sometimes when I look at that uniform and the things that you've gone through in that uniform, it's just kind of brings back some things. And I still love the character; he's great, but like the dungarees that he's rocking at that time was just uncomfortable. You know, I don't know if there's any other sailors that are on there, but they would know what I'm talking about. Those dungarees that they would wear, what we would wear, just not very comfortable.
Really?
Yeah, just well, it's making I guess a comeback after the Super Bowl halftime show with one of the rappers. He was wearing, it looked like dungarees, and I was laughing.
Okay.
I was like, hey, those are the pants we wore when we were in the Navy. But anyway, number 5 for me, never had this figure as a kid, but it's Outback.
Yes.
Love or hate it, but I mean, I think he's the first mold for me. I remember he's the first mold with the T-shirt and he's showing out his guns. You know, he was a bigger guy, and was it real denim? I believe it might have been because no, it was. I don't know the material, Evil Dookie, but I know it was kind of stretchable. But I mean, it was too tight at the crotch area, so your package is kind of like,
Yeah.
it was, and then you have to tuck in your shirt too. That not very comfortable. But,
That's making me uncomfortable thinking about it.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, Outback, great fig. I wish the plastic little handle on the thing didn't break as often, but yeah, love me some Outback. I do not have a Tiger Force Outback O-ring. Those are far and few. Those are hard to come by, Ronnie Trickshot.
Uncle Ronnie Trickshot promised me that he'd get me a Tiger Force Outback. I don't know if he's probably made that promise to other people as well.
He's promised us that. He said they're behind every rock in Australia.
That's what I hear. I want one because that's one of my favorite figures as well.
He said he's going to bring them to us whenever he comes to Joe Fest this year.
All right, so my number 5 is one that I don't know. I love the figure. I think the character should have been bigger in G.I. Joe. Is Repeater. I think that's a great figure, and I love the Night Force Repeater too. So I'm pulling a hillbilly and saying they're both my number 5. Repeater.
My number 4 is Tunnel Rat version 1. Love that figure. Absolutely love it. It's a great sculpt. It's almost perfect except for that massive backpack. If the backpack would have been smaller, it would have been perfect. Wow. I seen whenever I got my Snake Eyes version 2 in at Heroes Con in Charlotte, a guy had a Night Force Outback, and I was looking at it, and I seen like 85 on it. I was like, this is almost doable. So I went and got the guy that owned the booth. I was like, hey, what's the best you could do on that figure? And he's like 165. I was like, what? And then I looked closer, and the one on the sticker gun wasn't real prevalent. It was almost gone. I was like, well, I just embarrassed myself. So I walked off from that one. I didn't see that one. If it had just been 65, I'd have been like throwing my wallet open and throwing money at him. But
you didn't scratch that one off, did you?
No. Oh, I felt stupid. But
I always forget about the Night Force Outback.
Yeah.
But that's a great figure too.
It is. So That tunnel rat is my version or number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually.
My number 4 is another figure that I like because the character in the Sunbow cartoon was just fabulous, and I loved their rivalry versus Storm Shadow more so than I did Snake Eyes in the comic book and Quick Kick in the Sunbow, and that's Spirit.
That's a great figure.
Great figure.
I love Spirit. I love to shoot him. I actually got a repaint from his foot a couple of years ago and got that brown blue back to the nice sky blue that it should be.
Don't shoot him, man. That's a rare figure.
Oh, you know what I mean. I'm not going to shoot my figures.
Just for that eagle, is it Freedom? Is it the part where you hook him onto his wrist? Is that pretty? I noticed those break off often.
This one actually is from the, I think it's the 25th anniversary.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
It's actually a better eagle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Oh.
majestic on his arm there.
Yeah, that other one is, the other one breaks off really easy, and I don't know where that one went. Lost that a long time ago. But my son got into collecting in the early 2000s, so I took this from one of his figures.
Good idea. I'm gonna start looking for something like that.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
better
a great
eagle.
idea. I need to see if I still have my Spirit.
I actually had to do my Spirit had to have an operation last night to be show ready today. His pee broke off, so I had to glue it back on.
Yeah. So my number 4 is probably for me the greatest leader for the Joes. This went simple character.
Yep.
Not too fond of the little shoddy he came with. I wish it was a little more.
Robust.
It makes sense. I guess he's got the suspenders full of shells there, but
Yeah.
this is just when you think of iconic GI Joe from the '80s, and either Shipwreck or this guy comes to mind for me. Yeah. So that's at 4.
Okay, sorry. My dog is extra whiny today. She's loving the attention.
She's a good girl.
She is. I mean, for a 16-year-old Dotson, it's hard to not give her attention when she whines. So,
Wow,
Yeah.
16 years. That's impressive.
yeah,
It's like 210.
she's been with us a long time. As soon as we got the house, we got her. Okay, so my number 4, Hit and Run.
That's
I
great
think
figure.
Hit and Run is an amazing figure.
Yeah.
Everything about him, I love. Even like the 25th anniversary, that was really good. There's like a I don't know if it's urban camo with the gray Hit and Run. That's a great figure too.
Yeah.
It's so cool. If they make a classified, I'll buy it.
So I don't have that complete. Do you know if that like duffel bag, does that actually roll up the little rope that comes in there?
Yes.
Does it
There's-
wind back, or is it just kind of like?
It winds up. There should be a crank in there to crank it up. My duffel bag doesn't have the crank either, so or the rope.
Yeah, Zazel. That's what's fun about these lists is they can change week to week.
Yeah.
If we revisited this in 6 months, my list would be entirely different.
Same. So, but yeah, the duffel bag, I think it comes apart somehow, and you can put a new crank in it.
Okay.
So, my number 3 is a figure I never had as a kid. I got it, I believe, last year from a birthday from a really good friend, Larry, and it's version 1.5 Stalker. It's a great figure. The improvement on him from version 1 is the elbow or the swivel arm. He's a great figure. I love the camo pattern. It's very 70s, 80s jungle warfare. But yeah, he holds a place of honor in my collection. I wish I had him out now, but whenever I get him out, it's hard for me to put him down because I just want to fidget with him all the time.
Yeah, be careful because his PP broke as well, and I had to glue that one back too.
Yeah, I'm very cautious with him. I don't take him out often. The Duke I actually have, I've set him up to do a picture with him, and I seen his TP go flying, and I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Ah, it's Duke." So,
Did you put it in ice before you glued it back on?
I never found it. Microscopic.
Oh man, I still got a Doc one that I can't find. I don't know what happened to it. It broke during a shoot at a Gatlinburg hillside, and I was like, I don't know where it went.
Yeah.
So I need a new waist for a Doc.
I need a new waist for.
He needs to be doctored up.
Yeah. Doc needs a medic.
Yeah.
Self-care for Doc.
Yeah.
So Larry, what you got for 3?
My number 3 is a figure that I mostly relate to because as a kid, 8, 9, 10 years old, we had woods in behind my house. And believe it or not, I had like a machete and a bush hat. And I would go out in the woods and just hike and hike and hike and hike. And y'all probably know who this figure is going to be, right?
Muskrat.
This guy.
Oh.
I love Recondo.
Joe Hunter just mentioned that on the chat.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. One that I mostly relate to because I was always out in the woods, and I probably wouldn't go in the woods now unless I had something with me because of all the stories I've been hearing about creatures, cryptids.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Recondo, somebody I can relate to because I was a woodman. I loved it. I'd go out in the woods and just spend hours and hours out in God's beautiful scenic nature,
Yep.
It looks like you got your Doc there, Larry. Foot's hooking you up.
Oh, thanks, Foot. Appreciate it.
Foot's awesome.
Did you ever try to
He
make
is awesome.
fire with 2 sticks?
I tried, but I never got that to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got worn out. My arms were on fire.
Whenever I was little, I found 2 sticks. I was like, I want to do it. I was like rubbing them together. And now that I've watched enough survival shows, I have the idea of how it works, but I've never tried it with 2 sticks. I've done it with flint and steel, but never.
My
sticks.
grandfather bought me and my cousin, who's around the same age as me. He bought us Rambo knives. Boy, I thought it was hot stuff with that Rambo knife and that compass, walking around.
Yeah.
And unscrew it. You got the little matches and everything in. I thought it was hot stuff. Like, oh, this completes it right here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
You should grow out your mustache like Recondo. That'd be
I
kind of
should. But wife probably wouldn't like that, though. But then again, she didn't like this until I grew it out for a Christmas play. And then she said, "You're not shaving ever again." So she loves the beard.
So yeah, do the curly. I'll send you the mustache wax.
The only problem is I don't have the hair on top.
You wear the hat, Recondo.
It all fell down to here. It migrated.
Here's your Recondo hat. So
nice.
Foot
I don't think it'll fit though. My cranium's a little bit bigger than that.
You're like me, you got big head syndrome.
Hello, J-Mac.
Just in size, nothing, not like I'm somebody or anything like that. I don't have any ego or anything like that.
Right.
Also, I want to say hi to Salvador Munez. First time I think I've seen both these guys on. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. 3 for me would be Beachhead. I like taking pictures of this guy. This guy is just I think he's probably like the first special forces really, like, in a sense of being not identified, because he always had that.
Yeah. Baklava.
So he's just kind of
Baklava.
Well, that's close.
Yeah.
Baklava's like
Baklava.
a dessert or something.
Yes, and it's amazing.
Good old
Take it
Wayne.
from- Take it from a fat kid.
You were
Sorry.
saying about Beachhead?
Oh no, I'm just saying, he's a great fig. He still holds up. Like till this
Oh
day.
yeah, definitely. As long as that crotch holds up, goes
Yeah.
seem to break left and right.
I've never had a beachhead that was intact below the waist.
I love the Tiger Force Beachhead. Y'all may know me. My favorite color is orange, and I saw that I had to get me a Tiger Force Beachhead, but I couldn't afford the high dollars, so I called our buddy Foot. I said, Foot, hook me up.
Yeah. Foot does a great job.
Yeah, he does, man. I just posted the Tiger Force last night. I just had him kind of the AI come alive with him.
Yeah. That was beautiful, brother.
Thanks, man. But Foot did all the details in it, man. Like, I'd rather buy honestly from Foot than at these stores sometimes.
Yeah.
Just
Me too.
Foot and Alpha.
I'll pay. I mean, at this point, ship nicely, and I love supporting his work. So
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah. My main collection is G.I. Joe. Although I am getting a pretty decent Motu collection going as well. Delta 17 for sure. Dime Novel Legends, Doctor Who. I've got a lot going on.
Yeah. And the reason we stream so early is it's been referred to as like Saturday morning cartoons. And we like bringing that nostalgia back for people. We just try to have fun. And, but
yeah, I prefer the Lord scale.
Yeah. 1/18.
Yep.
I collect mostly G.I. Joe, Delta 17. I've done a few Gundam kits. I'm not really good at those. I got fat fingers, and I don't know when things are too tight. So I break things easily. So, but about anything Hellboy I collect. Monsters, I love monsters for some reason. I guess to deal with my inner demons. But
yeah, Lilith, that is 100% true. I got stuff in boxes now, and I never thought I would display stuff. Just throwing stuff in boxes in the closet and rotating it in and out.
yeah.
So where we leave off? My 3?
Yep.
Beachhead was your 3, right?
Yep.
All right. So my number 3, Steel Brigade. It could be A, B, C, D. I don't care. I love the Steel Brigade. I love the whole idea behind Steel Brigade. I thought G.I. Joe was, that was so smart. And those figures are amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you which one I have. And I don't want to know, because if I did, then I'd be like, well, no, I need to get B or C. No.
Yeah.
The one's good enough.
The only Steel Brigade I have is a Black Major.
Same.
Me too.
Yeah, Jay, Action Force Steel Brigade, I have 2 of the regular, 1 desert, and 1 Arctic. I do love that line.
I have a female Steel Brigade from Action Force, and I have the Night Ops Steel Brigade from Action Force.
I have the Stars and Stripes Steel Brigade from Black Major, and I love it. It's a great figure.
Nice.
You've got the Action Force one too, don't you?
No, I got one that you gave me for like a 25th anniversary.
Huh. I thought I sent you an Action Force one.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. The 6-inch. You did.
Yeah.
It's a great figure as well.
And I seen the Vac Metal helmet Steel Brigades that they have out now. And I'm like, I need that. So.
No, Lilith, I did not get my Steel Brigade until a few years ago. I didn't have it as a kid.
I never even
Not
knew
sure
about
why
it
I didn't get it as a kid. But I do love it. It's so cool. It's one of the few Joes I have in acrylic.
I didn't have that many Joes as a kid. I had a few, had enough to be dangerous. But we didn't have much. And we didn't starve or we wasn't very well off, I should say that. So it was a red letter day if I got to go through the toy aisle at Hex and grab something.
Yeah, I grew up very poorly too, but the things that we did have, I'm thankful to God that we had a roof over our head. And there was times, we had to stuff cut off and we had to like warm water to put in a bathtub, things like that. So I had a few Joes here and there, and not till 2018 when I went crazy and became a kid again is when I really got the majority of my collection.
And I'm glad you did, because that's about the time me and you met up on Instagram.
Oh yeah. Met a lot of folks then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay, I'm afraid to look at the Savage Crucible stuff because I have a tendency to hit rabbit holes hard.
Yeah.
But I do have the first wave of AWOC figures, and I do like those.
What's keeping me from Savage Crucible and what's that other one? They do a lot of Motu stuff. But anyhow, it's the price.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Mythic
I had
Legions.
some of the figures. Mythic Legions, yes.
Yeah. They look great, but my gosh, they're proud of them.
Yeah, the details in those things.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Yeah.
I've only got one Mythic Legion, and that's the Moss Man one. It is amazing. Love it. So, down to number 2.
Yes.
Sorry, we ramble. I ramble.
I ramble too. It's good.
Good talk. It's good talk.
My number 2, this is going to shock everybody.
Duke.
Nope. Version 1.5 Snake Eyes. My second Joe figure I ever got was a version 1 Snake Eyes. My brother gave him a swivel arm. He snapped his arm clean off. And then it was a year later, I got version 1.5. Loved the swivel arm. I mean, just like, this is so cool. Well, he gave him a swivel knee. He snapped the knee off. So he took the 2, and he's the only Joe figure I have from my childhood. And he's version 1.5 from the waist up and version 1 waist down. So he's got the version 1 waist down and then 1.5 up. So that's my number 2.
My number 2 is a figure that is really beloved in my collection. He's the very first figure that I have. And although he's not mostly there no more, I still have the majority of him. And I loved him in the comic books. He was one of my favorite characters in the comic books. I don't think he got enough credit. Not Flint. I like Flint though, but he didn't get enough credit in the comic books, I don't think. Well, maybe he did. He was a pretty mainstay character in the comic books. Maybe it was like the Sunbow that he didn't get enough credit because old Duke took his spotlight away from him.
Yeah.
And y'all know who I'm talking about. Stalker.
Yes.
He's got Roblox arms now because the version 1 arms broke, and I had to like Frankenstein him back there. I got the majority of them here. But he's the very first figure that I ever got, and he's one of my most beloved figures.
Now you're making me feel bad, man.
Why?
You sent me that Stalker and you needed them arms.
Oh, don't worry about that. I got many versions of Stalker. Trust me, he's one of my favorite characters. I got probably every version of Stalker there is. So I'm not worried about that. I wanted to gift you that, man. I mean, you never had a Stalker before.
Appreciate you.
That one that came out with the Striker that transforms, that's a pretty good version of Star. The recent
Yeah.
one kind of came out. That's pretty good.
I want
need to
one of
get
those. I want one of those very badly. That way, I know it won't break on me when I pose it and put it in pictures.
Yeah. I'm really itching to start getting into that series now. And it's a little late to get in it, but the Sergeant Slaughter will be doable, I think. I need to get that one.
For sure.
One of our friends from Instagram, Brad, Bouncy Bingley's
Yeah.
Figures and Frame now, he gifted me the Sergeant Slaughter from that Transformers Triple T, and it's a great figure. I wish they would make all the figures again with O-rings.
Yeah. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Me neither. They're missing a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they're making their money off Super 7 making those O-rings now.
Yeah.
So they don't even have to do the work. They just have the license.
And they're making bank off Classified too, so
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. Classified's a very healthy line, which I'm glad for the people who like it.
yeah.
I hope
So-
it goes a long time.
I did a thing yesterday, Casey.
What'd
I
you do?
pre-ordered the new Flint from Classified.
Oh, Classified?
Yes.
What happened
That's
with that card?
AI. All the new retro cards, I think they did with AI because, like, one of the characters has like 6 fingers. The Televiper has 6 fingers holding his camera gun.
That card looks like me posing. I mean, it's
Me too.
it's pretty pathetic.
Looks like Sloth from the Goonies. Hey, you
It's
guys.
terrible. The figure looks great, but the file
Yeah.
card picture is like, no, don't do that.
Have you seen that meme going around that I forget who, I want to give credit. I think it was maybe I can't remember who made it, but it was like a picture of an unattractive guy and said original Walmart cardbacks. Then there's like an attractive guy, the cardbacks now, which are good quality. In the future, when it looks like Sloth.
I haven't seen that. That's funny right there. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. So number
Well,
2
Bill
for
has 6 fingers.
would be everyone's favorite sniper, Lowlight.
Yes.
I like, taking pictures of him too. He's so dope. I found out I don't know if it was online. Someone did like a rap version of him, and he had all his like characteristics. It was really cool. Like he was rapping about one of the episodes that he was in where he couldn't sleep, and when I thought it was pretty cool. Like I got to look for it. It was
Was it the Word Burglar?
yeah, that one. Did you see that one?
I might have. I see a lot of his videos and things like that. It's pretty cool.
I'll
Yeah,
have to check it out.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Y'all had him on the show once. He was really
Yeah.
fascinating to watch.
Yeah. He knows his stuff.
yeah. I mean,
He knows his stuff. It's not just a gimmick for him. He's got it down.
That video that he did with all the the fake Joe code names. That was pretty funny.
I would buy those, actually.
Me too.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Take my money.
Shut up and take my money. I'll sling it all at you. All $1 in my wallet. It'd be like, "Wah-cha." Take it. So
Oh, thanks, Foot. It was a fun episode to do. He really does know his stuff. It's
yeah.
It's not an act. He
He-
knows his stuff.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Love the 1980s force. Yes.
That's it right there.
Are we at my number 2 now?
Yep.
Stalker version 1.5. As soon as you got the swivel arm, great figure. I played with him the most. He wasn't my first Joe, but he was among them because, I am old, so I was 10 in 82. Prime Joe age. I know I said it before. We never really had a lot, but my parents always worked hard to make sure our Christmas was great. And ton of Joe stuff. I mean, we were getting Star Wars before, but once G.I. Joe hit, no more Star Wars. It was G.I. Joe and some Motu. That was it.
Yep.
From that time
Same
on.
here. Yep. So my number 1 drum roll is he was a game changer for me. He looks so realistic to me. Whenever I seen him on peg, I was like, I've got to get this guy. I read his card back before I bought him, and I was like, what is a warrant officer? Is he a bounty hunter? I didn't know. I was a kid. I might have been 10 years old in 85. I think he came out in 85.
Mm-hmm.
But it is version 1 Flint, the true leader of the Joke team, under Hawk. So the pump shotgun, his loadout, his gear, he reminded me of a John Wayne character, I guess. Yes, Skidmark. But he reminded me of somebody like that. He didn't look like a Boy Scout to me. I mean, no knocks on the Boy Scouts, but he looked like a no frills, no somebody you didn't want to screw with. So I got him, and then I was like, helicopter pilot, so he can fly helicopters. But then again, everybody in G.I. Joe could fly helicopters. If you ever watched Sunbow, but he was just a bad man. I was like, come with a pump shotgun. The backpack was the first time I seen something like that on a backpack. I was just like,
his first appearance in the comic books, I thought, was really iconic. It was a great entrance when he was fighting the twin on the roller coaster. That was just awesome.
Yeah. And then like the shotgun shells down his chest, the sidearm. I mean, he's a ranger. I was like, yeah. So I was like, shut up and take my dad's money whenever I got him.
Yeah, the mold on him is amazing, man. From the sidearm on his right eye right there. I mean, they even colored the actual pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad A right there, Wes, when he did that.
But like I like him so much, I had to go out and get the Sideshow Collectibles exclusive.
Wow.
Come with like the little pump shotgun, the riot gun. But it's just such a cool figure. I like how his weapon, or his gun belt, has like 2 pieces to it, and has like the little bullets in it. To me, it's a perfect figure. So I'll quit rambling. That was my number 1.
I love the passion, man. I love the passion you have for Flint.
Yeah,
I mean that's the whole purpose of the show, is just a ramble about toys. So
yeah. let it flow, let it go.
Oh, I'm being like Ursula from Frozen. I'm letting it go, but but yeah, he's the man. And then like I seen Foot do a Night Force version of him, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is an amazing job. So I was like, I can do that. It didn't turn out as good as his, but it looks good. Just saying. I'm not bragging on myself.
Oh, it's a great looking figure. That and the Lady J and the Taurus that you did as well. I forgot
Yeah.
what you call those figures. You
Uh,
gave them a name,
Night Stalkers.
Night Stalkers. Yeah, those
But
are
like,
great looking figures.
I don't have the Taurus anymore. I sent him to the
It
guy I
broke
modeled.
down.
No, I sent him to the guy I modeled him after.
Oh,
He's a retired Marine, and he goes by Death Druid on Instagram, and he's just a great guy. He made my arrowhead necklace that I wear all the time. So
Good morning, Jim.
thanks for stopping in, buddy.
We're gonna get him on the show soon. I did
Okay.
he was on Chaplain's Assistant Motor Pod a few weeks ago. We recorded together and it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Death Druid has 2 wolf dogs. So I even modeled a couple wolf dogs to resemble his. And I mailed all that to him here the other day or a while back. And he's like, I don't collect toys. He said, but now I have my own action figure. And I was like, yeah. If I could have, I'd have done tattoos down his arms and his hands that my friend has, but it'd just look like somebody took a Sharpie and just colored his arms in. But that is my number 1, Flint.
My number 1 is very special to me. And in 2018, I got on Instagram and I found a fellow collector by the name of G.I. Joe 85. And I got to talking to him and kind of helped me climb down into this rabbit hole. And I was like talking with a lot of people I met. James Passman, still a big kid, in 2018. Then I saw this other guy on there that was like commenting on everybody's stuff. And he was always having nice, kind words on everybody's posts. And I thought, man, he seems like he's a really decent dude. So I gotta strike up a conversation with him. So I got on there and I started talking with our buddy up there, Eric Hillbilly Harper. And I got to talking to him, became one of the best buddies on Instagram. And in 2018, he messages me and he goes, I got a proposition for you. And I'm like, oh God, what is this? I barely know this guy and he's got a proposition for me. I don't know what he's about to say. And he goes, I got this figure that I'm going to send you. And I'm like, it's got to be a catch to this. You know, I kind of not really trusting anybody. Kind of like, you know, I don't know about this. So he tells me, I got this Snake Eyes version 2 I want to send you. And I'm thinking, well, how much do you want for it? It's got to be a big hefty price because I know the price of these figures is pretty hefty. And he said nothing. And I was like, are you? I was like, my jaw just dropped. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious, Clark? Are you serious, Clark?
Yeah.
Because I had my childhood Snake Eyes, but like
I still have that screenshot.
Do you?
Yeah, whenever you sent me your address, I still have that screenshot.
My childhood Snake Eyes, both thumbs broken, PP broken, loose as all get out. And I don't shoot him. I got him in a plastic case because he's still, you know, sentimental to me. But Eric sent me this version 2 Snake Eyes.
Chris.
And man, it is tight, it's shiny, it's nice. And
he wasn't complete.
I hardly ever break him out of the plastic container, but I do because I like to shoot pictures of him as well. And you know, but that's really special to me. And I think Eric said he got him from a trade from Mate Malar. You know, Mate Malar is a magician with his photos he does with all that special effects in the background. And I was like, wow, I got a Mate Malar Snake Eyes to boot. This was in Mate Malar's pictures. This is like a fanboy here, you know. Like, wow, that's great. So yeah, that Snake Eyes is one of my favorites, and I believe it. From my opinion, it's one of the best figures they ever made. I know that I might be a little biased, but I think that's a great figure. Commando, you know, Ninja, great story in the comics. He was pretty much the G.I. Joe comics. Let's just say it like it is, you know. Without Snake Eyes, the Marvel comics, I mean, it wouldn't be much.
But Ronnie says After all the skid mark comments, you should have charged them.
Yeah. But no, I was the one making the skid mark comments. But you know, that I wasn't expecting that, Larry. I don't look for any shout outs, pats on the backs. But you know, I had that figure, and that was at the time I bought. Well,
Same, Peter.
I don't. I only have the one, but I have a Resolute Snake Eyes I just did. But you know, whenever I did that, I just got my complete Snake Eyes version 2, which only have like $25 in it, and throwing that out there because but you know, there's this one guy that was on Instagram at the time, and he was hitting everybody up for like care packages, and I was like, maybe I can send this guy my Snake Eyes. And then I started talking to Larry, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's pulling me to Larry, and I think it was a quickening, yeah, or the force you desire to send me your Snake Eyes.
You will give me your Snake Eyes.
So, you know, I was just wanting to share in a blessing.
It was a great
And-
blessing, and I really appreciate it, man. I
and
was shocked. I was like, this guy's giving me a Snake Eyes version 1. Like,
2.
this is unbelievable. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, and I was like, so I thought about it. I messaged Larry, and I was like, what's your address? He's like, you're not going to pull a, and he said the guy's name, because the guy told me, he's like, I want to come to your house, and I want to play in your toys in your front yard, and
I want to rub my fingers through your fingers. That's what he said.
yeah, and I was like,
that's not creepy at all.
yeah, and I just want to like come to your house and stuff. I'm like, no. He's like, what's your address? I was like,
No,
you're not getting my address.
I did give him your address though, so if he shows up,
yeah, I'll have his hot pockets waiting on him.
Put some ketchup on it.
I'll have to check that out.
Nice.
That's good. I like Steamroller. He is a good figure. But yeah, I'm just glad you got some use out of him, Larry.
You
That
know,
was it.
maybe we should have a podcast from the pitch shirt on the back that says, "We rub our fingers to your figures."
That'd be a great slogan.
And underneath that, squirrel gravy.
Squirrel
So-
gravy.
The number one for me that I probably could relate to the most, just because he was the first Asian that I kind of related to. I didn't really like Quick Pick, but Tunnel Rat. I mean, he's got business up top with all his gear, and he's carrying a
Yep.
big old gun, and he's ready for church. He's got some church pants on, so
Nice.
Holy-
Yeah.
you know, I just realized, like, okay, what's up with these pants? You know, he's ready for service. He's got
That's
the
right.
with the church shoes, the loafers. You know, I don't know how he got around in those tunnels with that thing, but
How he kept his pants, not dirty is another thing.
I know he
Yeah.
kept them. But yeah, and then he had the camo little things on his arms and his face. Just a great mold, man. Just an awesome fig. I loved this figure as a kid. I still do. He's always going to be probably my number.
Crash. We're
Crash
praying
has a
for you,
different
Crash.
version of the Lord scale,
Yeah.
but that's all right. We love Crash anyway.
Yeah. How's the baby, Crash?
So I don't think there's any shock who my number one is. If you know me,
Version
Airborne
2.
version 1,
Oh,
the
I thought you
only
was gonna say-
version of Airborne.
Not number 2.
No, number 2 is number 2.
He's a skid mark.
Yeah. But ever since 83, he's been my favorite figure. It's never changed. It's never wavered. I have the classified non-Lord scale version of the figure, and it's awesome too.
That's a good figure.
And
He
Crash
almost
said his baby is fat.
good.
She is beautiful.
Yes. There's nothing wrong with the version 1 Airborne. If version 2, like I said, would have had version 1's head sculpt, it would have been a lot better.
Cat's over here trying to start a ruckus, trying to tip over a cup of water. Hey, man. Not getting enough tension, I guess.
Yeah.
And at least they're not whining like this one.
He's over here just like rocking a big cup of water. I'm like, what are you doing? We don't want that tipped over.
Those are good picks, Jim.
Big Sassy.
That's a pretty cat.
She's a big girl.
They say those taste like chicken.
I don't know anything about that.
And
I keep telling my wife if the dog gets any fatter, we won't have to worry about food if everything goes down here. We'll just have to butcher the dog. It's got some big back straps on her. And I'm joking, everybody. I wouldn't eat the dog. Maybe, but still.
that's it. Something like Alex Doctor is number one at school. But that's one of the great things about that. I mean, there's two different everybody. And although my number one never changes, now,
Yeah.
still,
Yes. Robot Man Casey has made it to the podcast.
Roboto.
Now try it. Robot Casey is back.
still,
Yes.
you win the show.
Okay. So we all ready to shut her down then, Casey? Okay. So we want to thank everybody for coming on here today. Ronnie, thank you. Can't wait to see you at Joe Fest, Ronnie. Off course, if you decide you want to go to Joe Fest, let me know. As of right now, I got a spare ticket. Larry, same
Have to
offer.
pass. I appreciate it, though.
You can bring Mom along.
I do everything with my wife. She's my best friend.
Well, that's good, but you can still bring her.
I don't think she appreciated that wouldn't that too much, you know.
I'll sleep in the hall. But just want to thank everybody. I want to thank the chat for being here. Treasure for Trigger has
They're still coming in.
Yeah. He's got Wetsuit, Beachhead, Tunnel Rat, Outback, Law and Order.
And Wetsuit's a good figure too.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah. I'm looking for Law and Order's card back now. Or at least his file card.
Hey, Ronnie, we're going to talk about Sasquatches later, all right?
Yeah. Thanks, Foot.
Eric, you got me wanting to shoot Flint now.
You're welcome. He's a great figure.
Yeah, I'm just looking at him again, like when you brought him up. I mean, I'm just like, man, how come I don't?
Yeah, I mean,
take pictures of this guy.
He's close to being a perfect figure.
Yeah,
that close. Like the version 2 is great as well. They took the version 1, updated. He's actually my favorite Tiger Force figure.
Yeah.
I don't care for Tiger Force. The garish collars kind of throw me off. But the tiger stripes on the shirt, it pops. And then the oh shoot. Eco Warriors Flint, I like the head sculpt.
Yeah.
Now, if they would have put a bray on that head, I'd probably put it on my version 1 Flint.
I have to disagree. I think that Tiger Force Recondo is the best Tiger Force figure.
Yeah, you are a Tiger Force Recondo fan. I forgot about
That is a
that.
nice one.
Yeah,
I got a custom foot 1212 Tiger Force Recondo that I like better than the one they made.
I had a Tiger Force Recondo, and I traded it to somebody for something. I can't remember what I traded for, but
I
Am I
hope
still about it?
no, you're good.
I would love to see a Tiger Force Airborne version 1.
Yeah, there is one. Foot had one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
It was awesome.
you got a Night Force Airborne now.
I do. I got Night Force. I got a Sunbow, thanks
Yeah.
to Foot. I've got a another exclusive, thanks to Alpha Creative One.
That's a great one. Make yourself
Nice.
big so off course can see that better.
He does a lot of great work too.
Yeah.
Man.
Nice.
That's yeah.
This is amazing.
Ooh,
My Sunbow from Foot.
yeah.
That's cool.
That's,
It looks great.
that's a hell of a motu collection, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. And you can only see some of it. And this is my Night Force, thanks to Hillbilly.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm wanting to redo that now. I miss it in my collection. Casey, you send that back to me?
So you can send it to me.
Going back to the Flint, I wish they could do the. I know Super 7's done it with those non-articulated 3 3/4. I wish those color schemes come out with the O-ring version, because I would definitely buy that, just because it reminds me of the.
Oh yeah. See, that's a great looking figure right there.
That's a foot. That's a foot creation right there.
No, I did this.
Oh, you did that one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Fantastic
did.
job.
Oh, look at the details on that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
And
oh,
I'm sorry, real quick. Crash says he wants a Sergeant Rocco ring figure. I would go even deeper than that, and all Sergeant Rock's men from the comic books back in the day.
yeah. Well,
That'd be a fun line.
that is a challenge I may take up because I like Sergeant Rock.
What would you use as far as like the clips?
I don't know. I'd have to
Like the
maybe
bandolier. He'll need a bandolier, right?
yeah. Maybe the
The
hold on a
Bobcat.
second.
The
I'll
Bobcat.
be right back. I'll be right back.
Who's the Bobcat guy with he's like
Spear-
spear? Yeah,
Spearhead?
maybe you can use his torso.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Spearhead was another one of my honorable mentions. I like that figure.
Yeah, I was looking into getting one. I kind of like them. They need a Night Force spearhead. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great figure.
This guy right here would probably be a good base.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Now I know what I must do. Foot, if you're listening, buddy, we need a 12 or a O-ring Sergeant Rock in his group.
Monday nights is always a great time
Yeah.
to watch Foot in the gang break out all their customs that they have made over the
Yeah.
course of the week. It's always fun to see what creations the crew comes up with and what they display out there. You see a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, I agree, man. I look forward to the Monday nights.
Yeah. I wish I had.
I mean, I hate
More
Mondays,
time.
but since Foot has, created the Monday night figures, it's like Monday. I look forward to Mondays now. Not the work part of it, but the watching all the parade of figures that they display and their stories.
Yeah, same, man. Settling down for the night, just kind of looking at all that. It's great. Oh, there it
He's
is.
working on it in his head. He's
Yeah.
So I think my dog's telling me it's time to close it out. Of course,
right.
where can people find you?
Just on Instagram, man. you know, I used to have a page on Instagram. It was called Refined Randoms, and I used to I would shoot like Star Wars, a lot of custom 6-inch figures that I would do mostly. But I stopped because I mean somebody posted something on GI Joe like just a pic, and I'm like, man, that's where it all started. And so I went back to the love, you know.
Yeah.
And so I kind of that page is pretty dead, but I still collect here and there, but I don't really shoot like I used to. But GI Joe for sure moving forward. I started back in like 2015, so it's been a minute. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I bought started buying Joe again until like 2019.
Yeah.
And
I would get
fun.
them hit and miss here and there. Like the Flint I have, not the custom one. I got it at a convention here in West Virginia. He was like $8. I was like, I will take him home with me. That was like early 2000s. So
The great thing about a major city that I'm at is there's a market for these. They're used. They're at pretty good, reasonable prices. So I'm kind of blessed to just kind of find them randomly.
good morning to my brother, Pat.
hey, Patrick.
I stopped collecting in 1988 and started recollecting in 2018, and I was not aware of all the great figures that came after 88. Got on yojo.com or the database, whatever it is, and man, I spent hours just scrolling through looking at all these figures and like, what if that's on eBay? Or what if that's on Mercari? And just purchasing all these figures that I never had.
Yeah, eBay is a time sink and a money sink when you first start getting into recollecting your childhood toys and beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, I still got alerts set up for random stuff I'm looking for. Hopefully my wife's not listening.
I know the feeling.
Yep. So Larry, where can people find you at?
Instagram, 73 Lair Bear.
73 Lair Bear. All right. So I've been following both of you for a while, long time. Probably, of course, as soon as I got into Instagram, I think you came through and loved the pictures, and I subbed to you then.
Thanks, man.
So if everybody doesn't follow these two on Instagram, you should. They're great followers.
I just want to plug. I reached 1,000. First,
Congratulations.
So, thanks, man. I'm probably gonna do a giveaway here soon. Yeah. But again, I don't know what people like, so it'll probably be some classified because it looks like everyone's kind of going there. But I'll probably throw in some 3 3/4 as well. So yeah, man.
Yeah. We're going to do our giveaway when we hit 300 subs on YouTube. Thanks to Mr. Joe Ricondo. He's still finalizing what it's going to be, but it's going to be Delta 17. So if you don't have any Delta 17, this would be a great chance to get some.
Yeah.
How close are you to 250?
Well, we're at 266.
I mean 300. I mean 300.
Like 30 something. I mean, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. We don't buy subs, we earn them.
Yeah. I buy subs at Subway.
Oh, I know.
They're not great, but
go to Walmart and get your own agreement to make your own Subway.
Right?
Meatball subs are the bomb. Take it from a fat kid.
I'm going to Subway after this.
All right, everybody, if you don't currently subscribe to us, a podcast from the pit, please do.
Yep. We have a
Facebook
Facebook group.
Interact. Yep. Everything helps. We're trying to grow us. I know our time slot's not ideal for a lot of people, so we love seeing you guys here every Saturday morning. We're just trying to fill the void since there's no Saturday morning cartoons anymore.
Yep.
It does it for me. I get my big bowl of Cheerios or Fruit Loops, and I sit in front of the computer and I watch you guys chat it up about the Joes and sometimes Mo2s and Delta 17. I enjoy watching it.
Yeah. A little bit of Mo2. I don't try to bring too much of it in because I don't want to lose people.
Well, I
love
enjoy it. I enjoy it whenever you do that because to me it's what Saturday mornings are about.
Yeah.
I mean, I work day shift every other day, so getting up's not an issue.
Yeah.
And it's
work
just so
night.
much fun.
I work evening shift and getting up is an issue.
Yeah.
My clock hasn't been working past 2 mornings for some reason, unless I'm just not hearing it. And I rolled over this morning. It was like 20 till 7. I was like, oh, I got to get up.
You get to a certain age, though, your biological clock will wake you up. You'd be like waking up for
Yeah.
the alarm, you know?
Get up. And
I get up most days like 3 o'clock, between 3 and 4 to get to the hospital and work. And it's like most time I'm up before the alarm goes off.
So you're what, the chief surgeon at your hospital you work at?
No, you don't want me working on you. But I do work on the medical equipment. I'm a biomed.
That's cool. So,
All right. So
If
you
we-
probably noticed we're in the rambling stages.
yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching today or watching on replay. Everybody take care, and we will see you next week.
Y'all stay fun out